Hi, so hello judges. So we are Team StreetIn.com. My name is Tan, a senior business student with concentration in marketing, and his name is Tan, coder, developer. We have one more team member, but he can't make it today. He's also a coder. And at StreetIn.com, we truly believe that busy people like us, we are the one moving the world forward. We constantly do things to change the future, and by fueling the busy people energy, we can unleash their ability to do more for the world. But the problem is the fast food industry, they make ordering a burger so much easy. Like what I did today, I ordered a Big Mac. But the problem with it is that this burger contains so many chemical substances, like and neurotoxin and preservatives, which is not really good for you. And we have to think about that. Also, the problem is
1 in 4 American is
1 in 4 people in the U.S. They eat this kind of food once a week, and if you think about that, it's hundreds of millions of people, and that is not good. Especially for the busy people, we want the busy people to not trade, mass produce unhealthy food for some little convenience and time. So for the past few years, we witnessed the blooming of the sharing economy. For example, Airbnb and Uber, we saw their success, and they are platform businesses. Without a platform, they simply facilitate the exchange between two groups of people, consumer and producer. Without a platform, the producer is going to have a hard time finding customers, and customers will also have no easy way to find producer for their customer, for their product and service. That's why we believe that platform businesses are the future of the economy. Realizing the problem and the opportunity, we create a solution, a community-driven platform to provide the busy people with fresh and healthy food, cooked and served by grandmothers, mothers, culinary students, anyone who has the skill set to cook, and we call them chefs. With our platform, we can help the chefs list their favorite food, authentic food, which is delicious, and make extra income. And we can provide the busy people with the best option available, which is also affordable. They can find it everywhere around them. We facilitate the ordering process, and best of all, our review system is what makes the company. It creates a sense of trust, a sense of community, and accountability. So the food industry is an $800 billion industry, and with billions and billions of transactions, if we take 10% of commission of every transaction, we're looking at serious cash. We're gonna make a lot of money. So we're thinking about starting marketing campaign in Boston, because Boston is one of the cities that has the higher density population. And if our first year of launch, we want to attract at least 1,000 chefs, because they will create 1,000 listing of food, and that's what's the momentum of the campaign. And we also include in the presentation at the end our demo and our budget. And if you have any questions, just let me know. Thank you so much for your listening.
Thank you.
Right on time.
So this is Airbnb
For
for food.
Yeah, for authentic and healthy.
And you have a demo?
We do have a demo.
Yeah, you should probably show us that.
And I set to a browser like Chrome and Firefox.
While he's setting that up, can I give you some feedback here that you didn't ask for?
Yes.
You, and thanks for saying yes, because I was gonna go forward anyway. You spent 2/3 of your time kind of giving us the narration of why this is important, and get past that really quickly. Just say, you know, busy people don't eat well, busy people don't have time to cook. There are people at home that aren't busy that like to cook. I'm gonna bring them together. And then get to this.
Yeah.
You know, 22 seconds. You spent 3 minutes on that, and your time, if you're in front of an investor
Right.
or you're in front of a partner, is precious. And so cut all that stuff out and get right to your demo. The fact that you have a demo is different than most every other team, so you have to show that. So now show us, please.
So this is our home page. It's our first design. We can make it better and better as we go.
And then you can find a most popular dish, and there's a lot of bunch of like authentic food from Vietnamese food, Mexican, and any to go many around the area.
You can see that there are reviews and you know, ratings, so you know what exactly you're gonna get. And then if you click on it, click search button. So you can see that the food near you, you know how much it is, you know what you get.
When click on the menus, you get the rating system and price and distance where to find it. And also in the first place, they also including the time they serving the food for you, so you can like drive by and pick it up, or maybe dining in with the chef in their house.
So, I would eat this at the chef's house?
Or you can pick it up, or it's gonna be delivered to your
Okay,
house.
so, okay, but that's what I was wondering, so,
Yes.
it's not a chef who's at a restaurant, it's,
No, that's somebody.
right, no, I got that, but, I mean, I would think restaurants would probably hook into this just because they want that.
I think we want to connect with the share economy model because we want to bring down the price, because when you cook the food at your home, you don't need to like rent the your area
Right.
Commercial kitchens.
Right.
You can reduce the cost and which reduce
with the same
price.
quality.
So a couple questions about that. So if you're doing it for commerce, I can imagine, among other things, the Board of Health being concerned. If you're now in Grandma's kitchen, running a commercial enterprise, making money with Grandma behind the stove, how do you address that? And there's another question that I have also as well is, how does Grandma know that the guy's actually coming over to get food as opposed to steal all their stuff, et
That was my
cetera?
question.
You got some security issues.
Oh, yeah.
So let me answer that. So the same problem that Airbnb and Uber
Uber,
has.
yeah, they have the same problem.
They have the same problem, but how they overcome that is the community-driven platform. It has reviews, it has ratings, so you know what exactly you're to get. As long as security goes, when the user has to sign up, they have to provide some kind of social media identification, so the user are legit. They're not some like criminal or something.
They can only do this for once, never.
Right, they do it once and then they be.
Yeah.
And we have an Airbnb property, and I think we have like 150 rentals a year, and you only rent to people that have a rental history of 2 years and that, you know,
Yeah.
have 6 different reviews or something. So I think you're basically outsourcing all that risk if you
Yes.
set it up as a platform.
Yeah, so you're just the, but you're like, I mean, you're not, you have no, your overhead is just your website.
Exactly.
And
So
your
we
goal,
don't-
and you just want, and your goal is to just get users to use this so that instead of me stopping at McDonald's, which I do all the time, I could go by another place, pick up good food and eat it
Yeah.
healthier option
Right.
And
without.
in the future, we're thinking about making a subscription model, so you can subscribe to a chef and get your food delivery for a week or month. So both gonna have a benefit from it. You don't need to go and search for food
Right,
every
right.
single day, and they get a sustainable income.
Yeah, and we think that subscription model is something like extra and available only for the super chef, something like that, to create an incentive for people to keep being a good chef and good customers.
So can I ask you a question?
I mean,
I
I'd pay a
completely,
flat fee and be like, whatever.
completely
Free
get
food, I love it.
people are busy, they're not eating well.
Send it to me.
Agree, and if I were you, I'd throw in statistics about obesity, about diabetes, heart disease in the US, because that is all true. How are you gonna differentiate yourselves from other things like Playdate or Blue Apron? There's already an identified need, and a lot of companies are going into the space to try and help the everyday family. How are you gonna differentiate from that?
We already do research on Blue Apron and similar companies. What we do differently from them is that we provide fresh hot meal and not just ingredients for you to cook. So that's the major difference. Somebody just don't want to cook at
Yeah.
all.
Yeah,
And the price point's gonna be a lot lower
Yes.
for these guys,
yeah,
because Blue Apron's not cheap.
yeah.
'Cause
No, it's not.
Yeah.
I've done it, it's
But
not
there's
cheap.
a whole bunch of
Yeah,
them
it's-
now.
Is there anything
Yeah.
else that's competitive to this, really, that you see? I mean, what's the closest competitor?
I think the direct competitor is just the restaurant industry alone. There are no other company that is trying to do the same thing. And if they, there's a company called Eat With. They have an app, and but they are different than us because they focus heavily on travelers. They are invested by TripAdvisor, but the thing about them is that they're too expensive. They're more expensive than restaurant.
Yeah, why bother?
And you have the risk. You always have the risk of being canceled because you cannot reach the minimum guest. With us, it's different. It's just you ordering something, and then you go get it.
So how are you gonna attract your 1,000 chefs? Because that's a lot of chefs.
That we're gonna use social media marketing, digital marketing.
And by the way, if one of the chef is considered working full time with us, we calculate the number. They can get up to $150,000 a year, which is way more than like.
Yeah, and I think it's not a chef, it could be Glenn Morgan who
Yes.
loses his
Yeah.
job,
Exactly.
who likes to
No,
cook
no, I mean, I was
like,
using
you know.
chef as
Yeah,
just
that's
a
their
term.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I think there's just a lot of
It takes a
available
lot of
capacity there.
marketing to get people to get used to the word chef instead of not chef in the restaurant, but just chef like a normal person.
Yeah,
So what's the flexibility for a chef? Say grandma's cooking her famous chili or something like that, she just decides, okay, I'm cooking this on Saturday or whatever, want to cook some extra, I'll put it up on the street and just,
That-
hit and
yes.
run on and off.
That kind of logistics is gonna require like another 10 software engineer to figure that out, but we
It's not
have,
your initial product.
yes. As long as we have the platform up and running, we can figure out those logistics and to make sure it's comfortable.
Well, it's just whatever's available at that time. It's the same as the Uber concept.
Yeah.
I shut mine off, I'm not available.
Right.
That's right.
Yeah, I mean, you
Well,
just
but
turn it on, turn it
but
off.
there's some setup though, if you're gonna do your graphics and all the rest of that stuff.
But it could be as simple as, imagine that I make my great beef stew from Ireland. I just take a photo and upload it, and then I can set a schedule that says, well, actually, I'm not gonna tell you that I actually made 5 gallons of the stuff, but I have it scheduled so it uploads a new photo at 4:30 every day for
Right.
the next 3 days.
And you can heat it up and just,
Yeah,
exactly,
and
look
then,
fresh.
yeah, and then you
yeah.
may say, hey, this wasn't fresh on day 4, it seemed like it was frozen, but that's my risk, right? You could just outsource all the logistics.
Yeah,
So I had a couple observations that,
Mm.
when I read your write-up, one of the things that you were also gonna do is assist the chefs, right? To enter this kind of market, to assist them with what they need for inspection, for food inspections.
Yes.
I would also suggest that you could even show them
So we think.
sites where they buy disposable containers to package
Yeah,
their food,
yeah.
there's a revenue stream there, setting them up to become a chef. But one of my concerns was the product delivery mechanism was, I could understand how you're either gonna pick it up or the chef's gonna deliver it. My concern is, from a revenue stream protection, is that once the client and the chef have direct contact is it just one order through you and then they go direct and they cut you out of your 10% loop? How
It's
do you
happened all
correct
the time with Uber. I think.
Yeah, Uber, exactly. My Uber guy says, I'll drive you, and I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, give me his number.
So Uber
Well,
take
drivers hate
40%.
Uber, but
Yeah.
No, but I'm saying,
Uber
but
take
that's,
40%
yeah,
of the
yeah, yeah.
driver, but that's like, you know, it's create incentive for people to go out Uber to, you know, order
You're gonna
driver.
have people that are, you
But
get 10% that are
we
gonna
have
just
a
do that.
built-in
There's nothing you can do.
payment gateway, so we take care of the payment. It is kind of encourage people to use us.
One of the
that,
things.
that's a good answer, by the way, because the
Yeah.
Home Chef doesn't
Yeah.
wanna deal with all of that.
Right,
So you're
exactly.
guaranteed.
Yeah, no,
For
you don't
them, they
expose
eat,
the
they
funds
leave,
and
and you get the
stuff.
money.
And you
Right.
could use Uber could be your delivery service, so you could put a buffer between.
Absolutely.
Just have a link and they pay
Yeah.
Uber directly through
Yeah.
your portal.
There are
Yeah.
so many
Yeah.
delivery service like Grubhub and the
Yeah.
Uber Eats we can
Yeah.
partner with, and that's one of
I
our.
just was concerned about the delivery, because you didn't talk about a lot of it in there, and so I was.
We don't want to confuse you.
So there's no competitors in this space at all? In any other
Talk about
city?
your
I mean, yes,
international.
they do have we do have competitors, but they just do it terribly, and there's really no way I think anybody gonna use it. So, for example, some of the competitors on Chabook, and they even give your address and your phone number to another people who want to order for food from you. That's
Yeah,
so insecure.
there are competitors out there,
Yeah.
of course, but we're gonna be better than them, than most aspects, like payment
Okay.
gateway, the review system, and everything else.
Sure. Great.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you
All
so
right.
much.
Thank you.
All right.
Excellent.